It all starts with a demonstration by Cole, who is incredibly afraid of conventional injections. But there is no escape. Taking a breather, Cole heads off to class, where he has a friend, Melanie. But that's about it. After lessons, a group of gopniks decides to mock Cole because he is the only one who has never done anything to anyone, practically starting a scuffle. But out of nowhere, B shows up. Does she think he's a kid? Getting the answer that he's just going through a period in his life where everything turns out to be. But things will change after a while. A couple hours later, he's expecting a driving lesson from his dad. But things go from bad to worse as Cole is afraid of messing up. Well, then it's off to get donuts. Upon returning home, Cole Googles all the new words straight through the morning, having to sleepily head off to study. While on the bus, Melanie teases the guy about his nanny bringing in unauthorized guests while Cole sleeps. But he's sure that can't be. And when he sees Bea walking along with the guy, his mood plummets. Archie informs him that they're going on a little vacation. So for the next weekend, Bea will be looking after him. The first thing they do is have a little hangout, followed by a jump in the pool, which Cole clearly enjoys. A couple hours later, Cole says he suspects his parents will get divorced. A lot of people ask him not to think about it. Far better to talk Melanie into being his girlfriend. But in all seriousness, even his parents' divorce, it won't stop him from growing up and deciding on his adult life goals. And Cole laughed. Obviously, B realizes why he's smiling and decides to leave. But Cole wants to keep the party going. Anyway, B takes Cole to bed. But before he goes to bed, he calls Melanie again, who once again hints that as soon as he falls asleep, Cream will come over to be her friend. And so it happens. Cole starts hearing voices. Turns out there's a whole crowd of Max, Allison, John, Sonia, and the type Cole saw be with, Samuel. After a few assignments, it's Samuel's turn. And no matter how much he pushes back, B is unstoppable exactly until a couple extra items are in his head, as they are members of some sort of cult affecting Cole. But that's not enough. They want the blood of the innocent. Hearing such words, a whole crowd enters the room a couple minutes later. Not long before, B had given Cole a drink with some sort of substance in it, but she has no idea that he didn't drink anything and only pretends to be asleep, allowing a small injection. With the crowd gone, the boy constructs a ladder. But there's a problem. B is already here, passing out in the process. Upon regaining consciousness, he has a whole circle of skillful hands lined up in front of him. B doesn't understand why he didn't just drink her drink. As Cole slowly but methodically cuts the rope, he doesn't realize there's a mirror behind him. Well, then Cole tells him that he didn't see anything and believes it, adding that they did a little prick for a science paper. And Sonny is ready to untie the boy, but the cops arrive. Max uses the stick as a spear, destroying the cop, but he manages to shoot. The other cops try to find out what the situation is, and while the whole team is figuring out what to do, Max just picks up a walkie-talkie, saying they're doing fine. And surprisingly, it works, and Allison still managed to survive. While Cole is just giving up, the guy sees this and runs after him, falling into the trap and going on a little flight, instantly eliminated. This time Max comes out to hunt, but Cole is not a bad guy and still manages to escape through the window. Thinking about where to hide, Cole chooses a barn. But the trouble is, there's Samuel's carcass. Then you can arm yourself with a huge firework and run into the basement. But a group of skilled hands are ahead of the game. Somi is already checking this basement for a rat baby. The idea of hiding under the blanket comes to mind, but a vicious tarantula spoils everything. Sonja hears the noise, ordering him not to run anywhere. But Cole does the exact opposite, launching a salute but misses. Somia finds a couple of mousetraps, though, allowing an escape and even locking the only exit. The cherry on the cake is a bit of spray, activating the explosion. Obviously, Sonia is a little tired, but here's Max full of energy, starting another chase. And even here, Carl had an ace up his sleeve, which at least would stop Max, but only for a couple seconds. Moments before the elimination to their house decides to come up to the Gopnik and throw eggs all over everything. Max doesn't understand how some tyke can deface someone else's property, which causes him to send someone to the showdown, which allows him to plow him to the ground and surreptitiously tell him what's going on here in the first place. But the kid thinks Cole is a schizo and leaves, which means the escape from Max continues. Cole, breaking his head, rushes to the treehouse, which obviously doesn't stop Max from climbing up. He wants to get Cole cleaned up before eliminating him, but his weight was too much and one of the boards cracks. Next, Cole makes it to Melanie, who hears the gunfire. Cole tells everything that happened to him and Melanie, adding that there's no one else here but her. B walks into the house as the phone starts playing on the second floor. After checking the source of the sound, she goes back downstairs. In the meantime, Melanie has managed to attract attention, and Cole has acquired a goal to save her. And to do that, he needs to deal with B. Getting to the house, Cole comes to a shock because all the devastation has disappeared somewhere except for Allison. Walking into the kitchen, he notices an ancient book, but he is distracted by Allison. In his attempts to defend himself, he accidentally grazes the soft part, and Allison immediately starts blaming him. Just as suddenly, B eliminates her, complimenting that she just needs the book and she'll go away, leaving him alone. But Cole doesn't believe her and covers himself with a lighter, saying he'll destroy the book if she doesn't tell him what even happened here. B says they can start over, winking, but he doesn't fall for that nonsense, destroying the book and once again starting to make a run for the car. From Samuel, who so conveniently punches an entire house eliminating B, the local hoodlum arrives at this ruckus, just as Cole's parents do. You are on the channel on Recap Roman. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like to not miss new videos.